Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss simple interest. It is the most important topic, usually comes in all the entrance exams, and you will get around 2 to 3 questions related to this topic. Let's discuss what is simple interest. It is the amount you can earn by initially investing some money. Here these two money are different. Here this money is principal, which is our invested money, and here this money is the extra money which we get after investing some money for some period. Interest is our extra money. As I told you, interest is the extra money over the invested money. What is simple interest? It is the ratio of the product of principal, rate of interest and time divided by 100. Here P is the principal, R is the rate of interest in percentage per annum, and T is the time in year. By change, our main focus as we know it is equals to this value, but in this, if we know these parameters, these three parameters, we can easily calculate the simple interest. But what if we have known simple interest and any of the other two variables, then in that case we can calculate it by circulating the other variables to the other side. Like if we have these three values in our hand, then we can calculate principal by using this value. By this you can calculate the principal, or if you have to calculate the rate, then in that case we have this value, and in that, if we have to calculate the time, in that case we have this value, like this. These are the four formulas which we are going to use in our numerical problem, and we are also going to discuss some tricks which we'll use in various questions. So let's discuss some related problem to simple interest. Like suppose we have a principal, it's a question 1, and suppose we have a principal and we have to calculate, like principal is 68000. The principal is in rupees. You can calculate it in the principal is given in either or in different currencies. Okay. Here we have principal and rate of interest is R. Rate is R 16 2 by 3. It's a mix per annum. We use PA for per annum. It's a mixed fraction, so we can change it into a proper fraction, which is equals to 50 divided by 3 PA per annum. And time mention is time is 9 months. As we know, we have to calculate this SI. So what we do, SI is equals to P into R into D divided by 100. Here time is in year, so we convert it into in year. As we know, 1 year is having 12 months. So 1 month is having 1 by 12 year. So in 9 months we have 9 by 12 year. This is a unitary method. By this we calculate the month in year form. So what the next step is, substitute the value. We get these values as these values, and these are our values, and after solving we get a simple interest as cancel out this will be this, and this will be our 170, and after solving this we get our value as rupees 8500. It is the basic numerical on simple interest. We can change it in another form. In questions they are going to give you various other things like time in days or rate of interest in other form, and they will give you simple interest or they will give you amount. Oh, amount is also an important topic. Let's discuss. Amount is the value which will you get after some period of interest. Like amount is a principal plus simple interest. Amount is the final value which will we get after that duration on which we are going to take interest on principal. Okay, let's discuss another numerical. Suppose we have principal is our 4,000. Principal is our 4,000 and our other values are rate of interest is 25 divided by 4% per annum, and time is from Feb 6, 2005 to April 20, 2005. In that case, we are going to calculate the number of days between Feb 6 to 20 April. Remember one thing, in this case, I am going to tell you one important thing, that day on which money is deposited is not counted, while the day on which money is withdrawn is counted. Like we are not going to take Feb 6, we are going to take April 20. So after calculating we get total number of days is 73 days, and we are going to convert it into a year form, like 365 days in 1 year, and 1 day having 1 by 365 year. So 73 days will having 73 divided by 365 years. Okay, by this we get days in years form, and after this we are going to apply SI is equals to P into R into T upon 100. This value, by this we calculate P is 4,000, R is 25 divided by 4, and time is 73 upon 625, and this value is, after solving we get this 10, and this value is 5, and this value is 5. So our simple interest is rupees 50. It is also one type of numerical based on simple interest. Let's discuss another tricky problem. If I think you are going, I think it's good to see that. I think it's clear to you what I am trying to say. Okay. Let's discuss another problem. Suppose we are having a amount question. We are having a sum, like principal is 800, and in question saying that a sum amounts to 920 in 3 years. Like we are having a amount 920 and time is 3 years. Okay, at simple interest. If the rate of interest is increased by 3%, increase rate is 3%, means actual rate will be 3 plus R%. Then what would be the amount? Okay, as we know, amount is R equals to principal plus SI. Then in that case, we are going to calculate the SI by A minus P, which is equals to 920 minus 800, and we get 120 as our SI. Okay, and we are having a time, we are having principal, and we are having SI. Then we can calculate our rate of interest by using this value, P into T. Here SI is equals to 120 into 100 upon principal is our 800 and time is our 3. So after this we get 40, and after cancellation we get our rate of interest is 5. In question he says that rate of interest would be increased to 3%. That means increased rate will become 5 plus 3 is equals to 8%. Okay, and we have to calculate the amount. So our new SI will be SI new is equals to principal 800, rate of interest is 8, and time is our 3. So we calculated, and after that we get 192 as our simple interest, new simple interest. And what would be our new amount is A new will be equals to 800 plus 192, which is equals to rupees 992. I hope you will understand what I am trying to say. It is also another type of numerical on simple interest. Let's discuss another type of numerical based on simple interest. Let's discuss another example. Like we are having a sum of 1600, means our principal is rupees 1600, and we are having simple interest as 252 rupees, 252, and our time period is 2 years 4 months, means we are having 24 plus 4, 28 months. We can use unitary method. 1 year is having 12 months. Okay, and we have like this. So we use it as 1 month or 28 months. We can write it as 28 by 12 year. Okay, like this. And we are having our rate of we have to calculate our rate of interest. Okay, as we know, rate is equals to SI into 100 divided by time into principal. So our SI is 252 and it is equals to 100, and we have 12, 28 and 1600. By this we cancel out this, and by this it's equals to this, and this equals to 63. Okay, this is equals to 63, and this equals to 9, and this equals to 4. We are having our answer as 27 by 4%. Or we convert it into a mixed fraction like 6 by 4 into 3. It is our answer. Okay, let's discuss another type of numerical. This coming numerical we can solve it by trick also. We are having a direct formula to calculate this type of numerical. Like question is saying that the rate at which a sum become 4 times of itself, means sum having a we are having a principal as P, and it is saying that this value will become 4 times. That means we are having our amount value which is equals to 4p, and our time is having 15 years. So we can calculate it by two form, like by calculating SI, which is equals to, we have to calculate rate of interest. Okay. By this we can use this amount minus principal, that is 4p minus p is equals to 3p. So SI is equals to P into R into T upon 100. So we are having 3p is equals to P into R into 15 by 100. So here we can fill out this P and this by 5 and this by 20. So our rate of interest is 20% per annum. This is our rate of interest. But what if I tell you there is a trick by this which we can calculate it into a direct form. Like we are having a formula, rate is equals to 100 n minus 1 divided by time. Here n is the number of times. Here n is the number of times in which principal will get the converted amount. Like here we have principal P and amount will become 4 times. Means n is the, here n is 4, the multiplied value. Okay, substitute this value, we have to calculate rate. So 100 into, here n is 4 and 4 minus 1 divided by 15. We are having a time equals to 15 years. So we can calculate it like this, and we get 5, and we get here is 20% as our answer. I hope it's clear to you. It's a direct formula by which we can calculate this value. It's a direct formula. We are having another formula by change it into, like if we have to calculate the time, then in that case we reverse it like this. Here n is the same variable, we can calculate it like this. Yeah, we change this value by cross multiplication method. Let's discuss in which we have to calculate the time value. Suppose we are having a principal and the amounted value and the rate of interest, then in that case we are going to calculate this value. Suppose we are having a question in which sum of money at simple interest double in 6 years. Means we are having a principal value, principal is P, and it is getting double in 6 years. Means amount is 2p and we are having a time period is equals to 6 years. And he is asking to us that it will become 4 times in which year. Means we have to calculate that principal will become, like amount new will become 4 times of principal in how much time. Then in that case we have to calculate the rate of interest for this process, and after that we are going to calculate for this process. In this we are using two formula, like this and this. For first case, case 1, our rate value is 100 n minus 1 upon time. Here n is, the principal is getting double, here n is 2. So we can write it as 100 multiply 2 minus 1 divided by, our time value is 6. So our rate of interest is 100 divided by 6. It is our rate of interest. And he is saying that we have to calculate the time period in which principal is getting 4 times of, in which amount is getting 4 times of principal. That means we have we have three known values, principal P and amount 4P and rate of interest, and we have to calculate the time. So we use time is equals to 100 means 4 times, n is here 4. So we can write it as 4 divided by 100 divided by 6. So we get it here as this value. So after cancellation we get our answer as 18 years. That's all about simple interest and their formula. In next lecture we are going to discuss some more questions related to simple interest or tricky questions. Subscribe our channel for more updates and tricks. Please share it among your friends so that they can also use this lecture and will get proper knowledge. Subscribe our channel.